my topic is actually slightly different. It is decarbonizing the power grid through on-site and off-site solutions. But once I take you through the presentation, on-site is basically rooftop solar only, and off-site is your group captive solutions. So I'll try and wrap it up in 10 minutes. So I hope everyone pays attention as much as they can. So I'll just take 30 seconds on this slide. The first thing is about the Tata Group. It was founded in 1868. This gentleman is Jamshedji Tata. Okay, he's the founder. Okay, and today the Tata Group has about 10 lakh employees. Okay, and our revenue is about $150 billion. That is our revenue, and we are into right from from IT, communication, steel, power, services, from salt to brick. We are into everything. So the next slide is about Tata Power. So Tata Power Company Limited is a company that has been established for over 100 years. Okay, and this is our vision and our mission of the company. So this is as far as Tata Power's footprint is concerned. So if you see, we are into transmission and distribution business, we are into generation, and we are into renewables. Our thermal and hydro generation is roughly about 8.8 gigawatt. Okay, and our renewables in solar we have commissioned about 2.6 gigawatt, and we are also into transmission and distribution. And so distribution basically means that we have the license to give power in certain states of the certain parts of the country. Like in Mumbai, we are a DISCOM. Okay, so in Mumbai we provide power, in Ajmer we provide power, in Delhi we provide power, and in Orissa we provide power. The entire state of Odisha, we have won the distribution license. As far as generation is concerned, we have thermal plants in Mumbai, Gujarat, east of India, that is in Jharkhand, Odisha, and we have also acquired a thermal plant in Uttar Pradesh. We also have a factory that makes modules, solar modules, and that is in Bangalore, and then the name of that company is TP Solar. So we are into generation, transmission, distribution, and renewables. And right now renewables, our capacity is increasing and is almost reaching to 40% of our total capacity, contracted capacity. So besides this, we are into EV charging, microgrids, solar pumps, and several other verticals. So this is some of our credentials. So I'll just go through this slide. So because we have our own panels, so we use it. So that synergy increases. Okay, so now I'll come to the renewable offerings that Tata Power offers. So our offerings can be clustered into two parts. One is your on-site and second is your off-site. So in on-site solutions, we have rooftop solutions, okay, which is basically, your solar module is connected to a module manufacturing structure, and then there's an inverter, okay, and there's a energy meter, and that energy meter is connected to your LT panel. Okay, so this is a basic rooftop solution. Carports also use the same principle, but it is basically the shed. The shed of the car will have a solar panel or a solar system. And floating solar it's the same concept, but on water we have the panels. That is what is floating solar. As far as off-site solutions are concerned, I'll come to this later. But on-site solutions basically means rooftop solutions within the premises. Okay. Off-site solutions means your rooftop solar or whatever your generating station of RE, that is in another location. It is away from from where you're going to consume it. Okay. So this is how a basic rooftop solar solution works. Okay, and your energy meter is, it can be a net meter or a gross meter or behind the meter connection. Okay, and each, like in the first session it was mentioned that we are a federal country, so the policy comes from a central level, but the state has the right whether it wants to implement it or not. So different states have different regulations, and each state is governed by its own regulations. Okay, so rooftop solar solutions on-site is governed by the rooftop solar policy for that state. So in Tamil Nadu you will have a different state. In Maharashtra, you will have a different state, and the policies will be little different. It will try to be similar to the policy at the central level, but it may be different. The state has the right to change the policy as per how much it wants to, and all this is remotely monitored. You are able to track everything remotely. And as far as our offerings are concerned, we offer a capex model, which is 100% the owner has to pay or the captive customer has to pay, or we offer a capex model with financing. So in the first session, there was someone who spoke about financing. We do that. We have private players also in financing. And the third model that we offer in rooftop solar is an OPEX solution. So basically, the asset will be on TPREL's name, but we will sign a power delivery agreement with the captive customer at say 5 rupees or 6 rupees per unit. Okay, and it will be connected to his meter. So these three are our offerings as far as rooftops. These three are the financing offerings as far as our rooftop solar solutions are concerned. Now, in this model, in the capex model, if you see, the asset is on the customer's name. So he gets the accelerated depreciation benefit of 40%. Okay, and if you see in this model, the asset is on the financer's name. So the financer gets a accelerated depreciation benefit of 40%. So now your next question is, what is accelerated depreciation? So basically, there is an Income Tax Act which says that if you install these assets in your premises, you can claim a depreciation of 40% every year. So within 3 years, your entire asset is depreciated. So companies that have a high book profit, it pushes them in order to go for this solution. And the payback is generally 3 to 4 years for on-site solutions. Okay, these are some of our photos. This is a photo of a 1.4 megawatt floating solar project. Okay, in IIT Roorkee also we have installed in Cochin International Airport. Okay, and the one in Secunderabad is a carport. It's on the shed. And these are some other photos. These are some of our other on-site solutions. These are some of our clients, on-site solution clients. Okay. Now I'll move to the off-site solutions. So on-site is very simple. It is within the premises. Off-site is when, so off-site, I think this will explain it better. Yeah, so in off-site, basically, your plant is at another location, okay? And then you transmit this power, okay, using the transmission network, and you send it to the captive customer, okay? So it is generated somewhere else. It is then transmitted using the long transmission lines, and then the power is wheeled to the distributor, to the captive customer at his location. So this offsite, there are three major variations of open access. So the first is a group captive open access, in which 26% equity has to be infused by the captive customer, and as SPV has to be formed. We'll come into this later. The second is third party open access, wherein it's on a take and pay basis. There is no investment required at all. So that is TPREL or Tata Power will make a solar park, and if suppose you are a captive consumer, we'll just give it to you. We'll give you the power at how much ever it's costing. Okay. The third is a captive open access, wherein if you have your own land, we will do the entire EPC and install a solar park for you. And if needed, we will take the licensing also. We will take the approval so that you can get that power through the transmission grid to your location. And the last is power exchange. So we also, if there is a supplier and a buyer, we connect these two also. So there is a company that does that, which is called as a trading company, Tata Power Trading Company. There are various other competitors also. So I'll just sum it up. So in captive open access, 100% of the project cost is owned by the captive customer. Okay, and we are just doing the EPC and we are transmitting it for him. And we are getting the approval, so he gets the power free of cost. His only investment is the initial investment. In group captive open access, what happens is, this is 26%, a new SPV is formed between me and the captive customer, and that new SPV will provide power to the end captive customer. And The policy, so this open access is again governed by, there's something called as the group captive open access policy. So again, from the center issues the order, and then the state has a right to issue or make modifications to its particular order. And the third is the third party open access, wherein there is a zero investment that is needed, and the end customer gets the power. But then when he gets the power, there's a CSS and a ASS that comes into his bill. Okay, so the next question is the payback. So the payback for captive open access may go from 2 to 3 years depending on the book profit of the company, because the asset is on the captive customer's name. So he or she is able to get 40% AD. So if your book profit is high, it makes sense for such customers to go for a captive open access where 100% of the asset is owned by them. In case that is not the case, then the clients can go for a group captive open access, wherein 26% is owned and a SPV is formed, but the AD benefit goes to the SPV. And the payback over here is, say, it can be 1 year or 2 years, because the power is generated at 3 rupee 90 paise over here. To transmit it, it will be maybe 0.5 paise or 0.6 paise or sometimes 1 rupee 20 paise also. His landed tariff he'll get it at around, say, 5 rupees. So when you compare it with the commercial tariff of the grid, which is, say, 7 rupees or 8 rupees, or in, like, if you check in Maharashtra, it goes up to 12 rupees. Each unit he is saving 6 rupees. So that when it is multiplied by the number of units, the savings becomes very high. So the paybacks, we have customers where the payback is even 6 months in this case. And as far as the third party open access is concerned, your power you will get it, your landed tariff may be 8 rupees or 9 rupees. So there it may so happen that it may not be feasible for you. So sometimes what we do is we ask the customer for their bill, and basis the bill we decide which solution can we propose to the customer. The next question is that the investment in a group captive is typically 44 lakhs per megawatt. Okay, and group captive, or captive open access. So in one state, in a different state also you can have your project. So you can have an interstate or an intrastate project also. The only difference is when it's interstate, the transmission network will be PGCIL lines. That is the only difference. And if it is within the state, it will be the state's transmission network. And so the way forward is very generic. So generally what we do is we get the consumption pattern, we get the electricity bills, and once we get the electricity bills, we decide what solution best works for the customer in terms of achieving his RE obligations, or how much power, if he wants a 70% RE power, whether it's a solar solution or a hybrid solution, or a solar hybrid along with a battery, or a solar hybrid and pump storage. So whichever solution works out best for the customer, we give it to them. So I'll just run you through some photos of our off-site landmark projects. So this is one project which is a 120 megawatt solar park in Maharashtra. Okay, so and it is connected at a 132 kV substation. So the transmission line is at 132 kV. And these are some of the photos. So when you go to this park, over thousands of acres, you can only see blue solar panels. And these panels are providing power for 120 megawatt. So 1 megawatt AC typically will give about 22 lakh units of electricity. So these are some more photos. This is the transformer. And these are some of our clients. Okay. So, yeah. So, if you see Tata Steel is, we have tied up with Tata Steel for 1000 megawatt for a group captive project. And this is pan-India. In different locations, we are providing them power. SECI bids. So, sometimes what happens is the government of India, they form a PDA with us, a PPA with us. Okay, they say that this is the land, you do the EPC work. Okay, and whatever rate, say 3 rupees, you have to, so it's a bidding model. So we say we quote 3 rupees per unit, and 25 years the PDA will generally be. So those bids also we have won. So generally DISCOMs or DISCOMs of different states will have such such kinds of bids under the captive 100% captive model. Yeah. So that's it. I hope you all at least enjoyed the PPT. Thank you.